Welcome back to EtherLink AI Insights. I'm Alex, and today we're diving into something really unique, an AI retreat happening in Finnish Lapland that's designed specifically for Europe's C-suite executives. Sam, when you first heard about this concept, what was your initial reaction?
Honestly, I was skeptical. Executive retreats can feel gimmicky, right? But then I looked at the actual problem they're solving. McKinsey data shows 72% of C-suite leaders want to adopt AI but lack strategic clarity, and 79% cite governance as a barrier. This isn't a typical retreat. It's addressing a real leadership gap.
That's a fascinating paradox you're pointing to. Gartner research shows 67% of enterprises have deployed AI in production, but only 18% are seeing measurable ROI within 18 months. So we're investing heavily but not getting results. Why is that the case?
It's a leadership problem, not a technology problem. Executives don't have the conceptual frameworks to govern AI effectively or ask the right strategic questions. Add EU AI Act compliance into the mix, which is rolling out through 2026, and you've got C-suite leaders facing unprecedented complexity without a clear playbook.
So AetherTravel's vision quest in Lapland is trying to solve that by taking executives out of the boardroom entirely. Why would nature immersion actually help with AI strategy? That seems counterintuitive.
There's actual neuroscience behind it. Exposure to natural environments increases creative problem-solving by 50% and reduces decision-making bias by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Traditional conference rooms keep you in the same cognitive mode you use for daily work, which isn't ideal for rethinking fundamental strategy.
And Lapland specifically has some unique features, right? I'm curious about the 24-hour daylight aspect during the retreat season.
Exactly. You're getting radical disconnection from urban noise combined with continuous daylight, which resets your circadian rhythms and actually enhances cognitive clarity. It's the edge of the Arctic Circle, which sounds dramatic, but it creates the exact kind of environment neuroscience says you need for complex strategic thinking.
Walk us through what this 7-day experience actually looks like for a participant. What's the architecture?
Each executive gets paired with an AI lead architecture specialist, basically a dedicated mentor from EtherLink's consulting network. But this isn't generic coaching. The mentor focuses on 4 specific areas: building a 90-day AI execution roadmap, exploring agentic AI and autonomous systems, developing what they call a golden prompt stack for decision-making, and integrating AI literacy with human-centered leadership.
A golden prompt stack. Can you unpack that for listeners who might not be familiar with that term?
It's essentially creating a proprietary set of prompts and frameworks tailored to each executive's strategic decision-making. Think of it as building a personalized AI toolkit that addresses their specific challenges, whether that's scaling generative AI across a large organization or deploying compliance-first governance. It's not abstract. It's directly applied to their real business problems.
And there's a hands-on component where executives actually build their own AI agents?
Yes, on days 3 and 4, participants engage in a Build Your Own AI Agent workshop. This is crucial because it moves them from theoretical understanding to practical capability. They're not just learning about AI agents, they're designing them for their own enterprise use cases. That's transformative for a C-suite leader who's been sitting in the abstract strategy layer.
How does EU AI Act compliance fit into the program? That seems like a pretty technical regulatory topic to weave into a wilderness retreat.
That's where the program is really smart. Compliance isn't treated as a legal checkbox, it's framed as a strategic inflection point. Executives learn how to govern high-risk AI systems, manage biometric processing, deploy generative AI responsibly, and build compliance-first architecture. But they're doing this in dialogue with their AI mentor, so it's contextualized to their specific organization and regulatory landscape.
So it's not just about passing an audit. It's about embedding compliance thinking into strategic decision-making from the start.
Exactly. The EU AI Act is forcing a rethink of how AI gets deployed. Leaders who understand this early and build compliant systems from day one will have a massive competitive advantage. Those who treat it as an afterthought will face costly retrofits. This program helps executives get ahead of that curve.
What would you say is the biggest shift in mindset that comes out of an experience like this?
I think it's moving from how do we implement AI to how do we govern and transform around AI in a way that creates human value. Most executives arrive thinking about technology deployment. They leave understanding that AI adoption is fundamentally about leadership transformation, rewiring how decisions get made, who has authority, what success looks like.
And that's something you can't really get from a 2-day boardroom workshop or a PowerPoint presentation.
Not even close. You need immersion, personalized mentorship, space to think differently, and the safety to challenge your own assumptions. The wilderness component isn't fluffy. It's the container that makes that transformation possible.
For listeners who are thinking, this sounds interesting, but how do I actually know if this is right for my organization? What would you suggest?
Ask yourself, are we deploying AI but not seeing ROI? Do our leadership and governance structures lag our technology? Are we confused about EU AI Act obligations? If you answered yes to any of those, this experience could be genuinely transformative. But it's not for every executive. It requires buy-in to doing things differently.
Final thought. What's the practical outcome someone takes home from this?
A concrete 90-day AI execution roadmap, hands-on experience designing AI agents, a personal prompt framework, and most importantly, clarity on how to lead their organization through AI transformation in a compliant, human-centered way. It's not philosophical. It's immediately actionable.
That's fantastic. Sam, thanks for walking through this with us. For our listeners who want to dive deeper into the full details of AetherTravel's AI Vision Quest, the complete article is on EtherLink AI. You'll find all the specifics on what's included, pricing, and how to apply. Until next time, this is EtherLink AI Insights. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Alex. Great conversation.